Man, that's a big difference. Inside of this device is a crystal clear ball of ice that we melted in under 2 minutes. But what the heck is this thing and how does it work? Well, stick around to the end of the video and we'll show you exactly how we achieve this result. Now the device that makes our ice balls is called an ice press, and we're going to machine it out of aluminum over on our BVM 5700. Now the material type is very important and I'll tell you why later. First, let's get our tools built and get over to the machine. For all of our facing operations, we're using the Kennametal Mill 411 face mill with aluminum grade inserts. Now this tool is 60% off at our online store. Head over to titansandcnctooling.com before the promo ends and pick you one up. Now to rough out our half sphere, we actually came in with an 8mm ball end mill just to trigger Barry.
What is that?
So the first stop of the bottom half of our ice press just finished. I'm gonna take these pins that Donnie turned on the DT26 and I'm gonna check our holes. Now, one thing that's cool about these pins, the first 1/4 inch is actually turned down to 249. We reamed our holes with a 250 reamer. Now this is gonna give us a great start when we go to hammer our pins into the bottom half of our ice press. As you can see, they drop in there a little bit and then they stop. Now the next 3/4 of an inch are about 250 and 3/10 to give us our press fit. The rest of the pin is 249. This way we can use a 250 reamer on the bottom side and the top side of our ice press, and then we make Donnie do all the work by turning all the different diameters. All right, now that everything looks good, let's go ahead and flip our part and deck the back side. All right, that's it for the bottom half of our ice press. Let's get our other piece of stock in the vise and run the top half. The nice thing about this project is the two pieces are virtually identical. So all we have to do is run the same thing on the next part, and then we'll have our two ice press pieces. Now that the top half of our ice press is finished, we're gonna send these off for Type 2 blue anodizing. And then we're gonna mill the Eagle logo into the face of our ice press using a scallop toolpath. That way, as the ice press is working, once our Eagle logo is complete, our ice ball will be as well. We just got our parts back from anodized. They look amazing. We're gonna go ahead and install our pins into the bottom half so we can put the two halves together and engrave the Eagle on the face of them. Beautiful. Let's get our Eagle engraved. All right, our ice press is done. Let's put the finishing touches on it by installing this handle that Travis machined for us over on the TT. Whew, man, that handle really ties it all together. I love how it looks contrasted against the blue anodize. Now it's time to test this bad boy. Let's go get some ice. Man, that's pretty fast. Almost done. See how it turned out. Look at that. We got an ice ball. Now, as you can see, this side of the ice ball is really nice and clear up here, but the impurities in the water actually clouded the ice ball down here. There's a trick to getting these perfectly crystal clear, so let me show you what that is. And this is gonna get messy, apparently. Dang, time to chop this baby up. Now, to get our crystal clear ice, we're actually using a process called directional freezing. So we put water in a cooler that's insulated on all sides, and we took the lid off. That forced our ice to freeze from the top down. All the impurities in the water are what cloud the ice, and the impurities freeze last. So we pulled this ice out of the freezer before everything completely froze. Now we're gonna chop away the nonsense, and we're gonna keep the good stuff so we can have crystal clear ice balls. We finally got a chunk off of our big ice block that'll work, so I couldn't wait any longer. I just wanted to try it with a crystal clear ice ball, so here we go. Woo, look at that. Man, that's a big difference between the cloudy ones and the clear ones. I think it's safe to say the directional freezing method worked, because that is crystal clear, my friends. That is awesome. Once we put that ice in there, it's a race to reach an equilibrium. Now, there's two main elements to how this ice press works. One is thermal conductivity. Our ice press is made out of aluminum. That means it's gonna take all that coldness from the ice and transfer it into our ice press. The ice is trying to cool down the press, and the press is trying to heat up the ice. And you can see that by the reading on our thermometer. The second is gravity. This top piece is pretty heavy, and as the ice melts, we're gonna use the weight of the top piece and the gravity in our favor to help press that ice into our nice spherical shape. Now, obviously these ice balls go in a drink of some kind, and what's funny is the spherical shape of the ice ball actually maximizes the surface area, which causes it to melt slower. And that's gonna water down our drink much slower. So there's a scientific reason for having an ice ball in your drink. I had a lot of fun watching our ice transform from a cube into a beautiful crystal clear ball. If you're looking for tooling, go over to titansofcnctooling.com. You won't find better prices anywhere else. I'm also gonna be posting our ice press on CNC Expert for the entire world to see. If you wanna show off your work, go to CNCEXPERT.com and make yourself a profile. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the way out. We'll catch you next time.